I've never had any plastic surgery on my face, nothing.
I've had fillers in various places and Botox, but I stopped like 4 years ago.
I don't take surgery lightly, and therefore I have not had many of them because of that.
I don't have any Botox except for in my jaw, but I have no Botox in my face.
I've got so much surgery to change my whole face, which is false. I've only gotten fillers.
Women in Hollywood are obsessed with denying plastic surgery while quietly injecting, altering, and experimenting with anything that promises more beauty. But beauty will never protect you. Not from betrayal, not from humiliation, and not from trauma. So why are women still willing to sacrifice themselves for it? Women in Hollywood are paid millions of dollars to look good. That is literally their job. So yes, the majority of them have had extensive work done no matter how much they deny it. Rather than being honest, they'll admit to the smallest thing possible and deny everything else. That's why you keep hearing the same lines over and over again. I tried Botox once. I had filler but dissolved it. Meanwhile, their faces keep changing year after year. And then normal women praise them for being honest and vulnerable, as if admitting to Botox actually benefits women. It doesn't. Because the truth is that these celebrities are not actually advocating for women. They're using this as a tactic to protect their own image. If they were honest about how much work they've actually had done, their beauty wouldn't be idolized anymore. Any woman with enough money could replicate it, and these celebrities would no longer stand out. So everything gets credited to Botox and filler instead of the actual surgeries and procedures that created their looks. And because celebrities influence beauty trends, Botox and filler have exploded in popularity. Normal women chase them, injecting more and more, believing they'll eventually get the same results, but they won't, because Botox and filler were never what created the look in the first place. And that's how so many women become filler blind without even realizing it. Celebrities are not your friends. You don't need to defend them, copy them, or believe what they say about beauty. Almost everyone in Hollywood has had extensive work done, and pretending otherwise only keeps women stuck chasing a dead end. Kim Kardashian is a perfect example of this. This is a woman who has spent most of her adult life re-sculpting herself in pursuit of staying beautiful. But when you look at her life, beauty still didn't protect her from instability, public embarrassment, or heartbreak. She still ended up as a single mother of 4 with a complete lunatic baby daddy who constantly creates big public scandals and then leaves her to clean it up. When you look at how far she was willing to cut, inject, and alter herself to stay beautiful, and then look at where she ended up, it makes you wonder, what did all of that actually get her? She still ended up with a garbage man, a broken home, and constant media scrutiny. All of that pain, money, and energy wasted just to end up in the same place. Now look at Kylie Jenner. She achieved beauty extremely young before she even knew who she was. But despite all of it, beauty still didn't protect her. She's also a single mother, still chasing and altering herself for low-quality men who use her for her influence, degrade her, and refuse to publicly claim her, all while being one of the most desired women in the world. If beauty actually bought security, love, and safety, it would have protected Kim and Kylie from these situations, but it didn't. And the reason women keep falling for this propaganda is because the cosmetic enhancement industry is a multi-billion-dollar business, pushing the lie that beauty is what gives women value. That's why these procedures are everywhere and marketed as self-care and empowerment, not because they bring women love, security, or protection, but because they sell. And the reason you're seeing a surge of influencers being open and honest about their enhancements and results isn't because they care about women either. It's because many of them have business arrangements with clinics. They receive heavy discounts or free procedures in exchange for exposure. It doesn't look like an ad because it shows up as vlogs, Instagram stories, or TikToks about their experience. But that's exactly what it is. The clinic gets new clients, the influencer gets content and a new facial feature, and normal women get sold a lie because the results influencers post are not typical. Influencers are treated with extra time, extra care, and extra precision because their faces are being used as discrete advertisements. Those results have to look good. What you don't see are the complications, the uneven results, or the regret. None of that gets posted. So women watching believe that if they do the same thing, they'll get the same outcome. But most women save for years, spend thousands of dollars, and walk into these clinics expecting influencer level results only to walk out disappointed. And the reason is simple. When an influencer walks into a clinic, her face is advertising. When a normal woman walks in, she's just another appointment, even though she's often paying more. So women blame themselves when in reality, they were sold something they were never going to receive in the first place. And this propaganda doesn't just affect how women see themselves, but it also distorts how they view romantic relationships and attraction. One of the biggest misconceptions is that if you're beautiful enough, you can have any man you want, and beauty will guarantee love, commitment, and stability. When in reality, extreme beauty usually backfires because it attracts lustful men. Men driven by lust prioritize appearance above everything else. These are the men constantly chasing the next beautiful woman because looks are the only thing they value. For men like this, no woman will ever be enough. There will always be someone younger, more sculpted, or more visually appealing. That's why so many exceptionally beautiful women still deal with cheating, instability, and being replaced. Beauty doesn't stop it, it amplifies it. This is why chasing modern beauty standards backfires. When women enhance themselves to fit these standards, they unintentionally become a magnet for the worst kinds of men. That's because today's beauty standards don't come from real life or real women. They're shaped by corn Instagram models, influencers, and celebrity culture, all of which are heavily edited, artificial, and unrealistic. The men most drawn to that exaggerated look are the same men who spend their time consuming that content. So enhancing yourself yourself to fit modern beauty standards makes you resemble the women these men idolize, and that's who will start to pursue you. But men who consume this content are poisoned by lust and over-sexualization. Their attraction is distorted, so no single woman is ever enough. They're always searching for the next, more visually stimulating woman. That's why these are the most dangerous men to build relationships with. You'll always be competing with their fantasies. Normal, healthy men don't consume this kind of content, so as a result, their attraction standards are shaped by real women they meet in real life, not exaggerated online fantasies. That's why they're often drawn to women who look natural or ordinary, not because those women are less attractive, but because their standards haven't been distorted. You can see this reflected in the wives of the most successful men. If extreme beauty were what actually mattered, those men would all be married to the most beautiful women on earth. But they aren't, because to healthy men, beauty isn't rare. Character, emotional stability, and shared values are. Beauty gets attention, but it rarely goes further than that. And when you look at the lives of the most beautiful women, you start to see just how overrated beauty really is. Let's start with Swedish supermodel Elin Nordegren. She married the man she believed was her soulmate and had 2 children with him. During their marriage, she discovered that he had cheated on her with over 100 other women. And what made it even worse was who he chose to cheat on her with: prostitutes, escorts, and strippers. As if the betrayal wasn't enough, she was then publicly humiliated for years because of how she reacted. Despite being extraordinarily beautiful, she was left with heartbreak trauma and public humiliation. Beauty didn't protect her. Now look at Beyoncé. At the height of her success, Beyoncé was experiencing multiple miscarriages while desperately wanting to become a mother. During that same period, she learned that her husband was having an affair. So she wasn't just grieving the loss of her children, she was also grieving betrayal from the person she loved most. Beauty didn't soften the pain or protect her from it. Then there's Shakira. After 11 years together and 2 children, her partner cheated and tore their family apart for a woman half his age. Despite being one of the most desired women in the world, she was still replaced. And even Adriana Lima, a virgin until 27, waited until marriage, did everything right, and still ended up divorced due to cheating allegations. Beauty didn't protect her. But it's easy to look at women like this and wish you could be them and look like them. But when you actually look at their lives, they go through the same things every other woman goes through, and sometimes even worse. Their beauty didn't protect them from betrayal, loss, or heartbreak. So stop thinking, if it can happen to women like that, what hope do I have? Because the truth is, they prove that beauty does not determine who gets to be loved, protected, or chosen. If it were, none of this would have happened to them. That's why chasing beauty will never be the answer. So stop exhausting yourself trying to chase something that has no finish line. Instead of pouring your time and money into your appearance, put it into your standards, your choices, and the life you're building. You are so much more than the way you look. And once you finally understand that, you will be set free.